Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. It's going to be the first of a best of 3 here from the Faith Cup. This is going to be playoffs. We are still in the playoffs quarterfinals. This is going to be between Lawliet and Lynn. Lynn spawning in as the red orc player in the top right. He will be facing off against Lawliet, the yellow and night elf player in the bottom left. The map is on Last Refuge, a map we haven't seen too often recently. Mainly been seeing the Isles, the Nomad's Isles, the Echo Isles, sometimes Ancient Isles, but it's mainly those first two, along with, I guess, Twisted Meadows and Turtle Rock. Those are pretty much the norms, uh, at least any matchup with Night Elves in it, I guess. So let's go over to resources here, as not much to talk about since the altars haven't even been completed yet. So I've been meaning to cast and upload a series on Saturday, but yeah, circumstances had to change that. So I'm hoping to follow a certain schedule. Hopefully it will be like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and either Saturday or Sunday. It depends, because now I'm starting to upload when I'm at uni, and the internet there is much faster. It happens in less than an hour, compared to if I do it at home, I have to do it overnight, and it usually finishes within like 4 hours or something like that. So yeah, the comparison is noticeable. So hopefully I will try to follow that. The Saturday Sunday upload will most likely
forces are under attack.
will most likely be a little shaky since it'll be uploaded through home. So yeah, there's that. So anyway, back to this game. Blade Master coming out for Lyn. Pretty standard stuff here, nothing too out of the ordinary for him as far as I can see. Voodoo Lounge is being queued up as well, so once the Blade Master is finished with his first camp, he should pick up the double selves and possibly either speed scroll or clarity. I think it would be the speed scroll, however. Demon Hunter comes out as the first hero for Lawliet. He did go for the same camp as the Blade Master is clearing out for him as well. He did pick up the +6 close attack. Meanwhile, the Blade Master got the Gloves of Haste. So it seems like the Demon Hunter doing pretty well in terms of the item drops so far. He is also clearing out the High Priest camp by himself. After killing the High Priest, he is gonna boot it out of there, as yeah, getting these trappers are probably not necessary. Item has already been picked up. It is going to be the replenishment potion, so able to keep himself healthy. Might not find too many opportunities to use that particular item, since the Blade Master can just be lurking around with the Windwalk. But either way, Blade Master also going for this relatively easy Murloc camp. However, he is taking it by himself, so he's going to take quite a bit of damage. Picking up the Cloak of Shadows there. So far, not very good item drops for the Blade Master. Not looking good for him, and of course the demon is aware of his presence, and yeah, luckily enough didn't go for a mana burn to cancel the salve there. So the cloak is going to get sold, since it is a relatively redundant item. The Blade Master can go stealth by himself. Gonna pick up boots as well as the circlet there, and he could potentially go after the demon right now. So far he is holding his blade for now. The grunt should be able to live this. He has plenty of health to work with there. Quick Windwalk strike. Basically a drive-by by the Blade Master. And that should be pretty much all the conflict, I imagine. Tier 2 for Lawliet nearly done, as well as Lyn. So both players just trying to get to their Tier 2 production as quickly as possible. Mana burn preventing any further Windwalks from happening, as the two heroes are battling it out. Despite the item advantage, it seems like the Blade Master is becoming a little too much pressure for the Demon to deal with. Yeah, and that's a level 1 Blade Master. No critical strikes whatsoever, so getting a little scary there. Demon Hunter needs to be at least level 3, I think, to handle the Blade Master toe-to-toe. High Priest will be taken out, and the replenishment potion for himself will be picked up there. So it basically acts as the salve, or a clarity potion in one. And of course, a lot quicker than a salve, in fact. So Spirit Lodge Bestiary being placed down, the Shadow Hunter. No, it's going to be a turn Chieftain, as it is, of course, Night Elf matchup. What was I thinking? Turn will do X mana burn to cancel the replenishment potion there. Turn will do well in dealing with those Druids of Talent who tend to clump up with each other. Either Wall Stomp or the Shockwave is pretty good in dealing with those kind of like mass army threats. Beastmaster comes out as the typical second hero against an Orc matchup here. Predicting that a Tinkerer will be making his appearance as well in this game, assuming that this game goes that long. Yeah, Blamemaster with a couple of grunts here to try and add some pressure. Demon Hunter needs to be a little careful there. He is pretty low on health, but he does have the Greater Healing Potion picked up, I believe, somewhere. I'm pretty sure this camp doesn't drop consumables. I think it drops the more important items, but I can't see where he exactly picked it up from. I guess he did pick it up from the Warlord, I don't know. But either way, tier 3, halfway done, so the Tinkerer should be coming out onto the battlefield very soon. Very little reason to go tier 3 as an Orc player. Might as well just spend all your resources going for full tier 2, but I think last time we had Fortress Ticks at least 2 out of 3 games, although I'm pretty sure that was against a human matchup. Anyway, Mercenary Camp being initiated here. It seems like the Blamemaster caught himself at least one Druid of Talent, and he'll be able to pick that up easily for himself. He is Fairy Fired, so will be spotted even if he goes into Windwalk form. But he's gonna pick up a couple of archers for himself, potentially getting that level 3, but the High Priest was just a little out of his range there. Demon Hunter picked up the +6 strength belt for himself. Always nice to have extra bit of health against that Blade Master. Seems like the Ancient of War might be picked off there, as the Ogre Magi camp, or the Ogre Mola camp, whichever you like to call it, will be taken out here. So not necessarily good items to drop in this particular camp, but it seems like this time around Lawliet got lucky with those healing wards. Either way, this is not exactly a lucky circumstance for him to be in, however, getting a little caught out there initiating that camp. However, the Blamemaster took a lot of damage, so he is going to be forced to back off there. Healing wards will be able to basically keep these units alive. There's very little ranged units to actually snipe off the healing ward itself, other than those Spirit Walkers, so I can imagine Lawliet benefiting from those wards quite a bit. We have an expansion attempt here, which has been spotted by a Wisp. Interesting that an Orc player is expanding against a Night Elf player, but this might work out well for him. It doesn't seem like Lawliet is in any rush to go for a cancellation. Blamemaster level 3, he has the +6 12 attack, Circlet, and Gliz of Haste. Pretty well-rounded items, but I mean, yeah, I guess it's just not enough claws for him. Healing Ward actually going to be placed down to help creeping? I don't know. Honestly, if you're going to use a healing ward, you might as well use it on a more difficult camp like the Ogre Lord camp, but just like 2 trolls is a little weird on Lawliet's part. Anyway, nice little crit there before running away. He won't be able to do that anymore since the Beastmaster is at level 3, so he at least has a point in that Hawk. Goblin Tinker comes out finally, just to add the Pocket Factory pressure there. And it seems like we might have a potential surround on the Blade Master. I was gonna say potential surround. Well, I did say that, but I thought that would have led to more things happening. Either way, the Tinkerer is going to start applying pressure. Not sure if this is a smart idea, because the Blademaster is coming for his, so... Yep, try and run away before the Blademaster decides to chase after you as well. So far, it's not looking good for Lawliet, despite looking like he has a decent-sized army. His opponent is mining off of that gold mine, and that is not good, considering you are facing an orc player. That just means that he'll go into upkeep a lot earlier. It will mean that he has a lot more cost-efficient units. I think orc units are pretty cost-efficient, despite costing a lot more than usual. I think the high health pools and just good damage is pretty well worth the costs there. Then Vaughn gets popped on the Blademaster as he hacks away against those druids. And Vaughn able to prevent him from being cycloned up is always a nice bonus there. Mana flares have been set up, but not many spell casts from those Spirit Walkers. And of course the Spirit Walker is actually out of range of the Mana Flare, which is kind of bad there. Cyclones being cast on both of those Orc heroes. Actually, we do have some semblance of Mana Flares being propped there. Healing Ward right in front of the turret, which is not a smart idea. Should just get back off to a corner and prevent that Healing Ward from being sniped, but yes, slowly but surely. I have no idea. It seems like an even fight so far from what I can hear, but I think Lawliet might be being pushed back a little more. Despite having nearly, barely any Spirit Walkers left, the Raiders and Turn and the Blademasters doing a lot of work themselves, and it's not looking good for Lawliet. Is gonna pop the Greater Healing Potion, Cyclone onto the Blademaster. That might be a little bad, as the Turn Chieftain is now by himself. Is gonna be forced to run away. Blademaster can't exactly run away either with Wind Walk, so he's gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way by running with his feet. And surprisingly enough, with well-placed Cyclones, I believe Lawliet was able to downplay the majority of the Blademaster's DPS, and this could potentially be an expansion taken down as a reward. So nicely done from Lawliet. I honestly thought Lin was in the upper advantage there, but apparently I was wrong. However, Lin has a lot of units left. Look over here, 54 versus 40, so almost 15 supply advantage. Shockwave, not going to do too much damage despite being level 2. Honestly, although I'd probably just think that because it only hit 2 druids. If it hit more, I would have maybe judged that as devastating, but DP Scroll is going to be used there to retreat. Not even able to take down the expansion, which is not ideal. Yeah, I don't know exactly how much Lawliet lost trying to break through, but honestly it might not be as bad as Lin's own losses. I just don't know. It's just that Lin can quickly remake his army since he does have 2 bases. Alright, Blademaster's Windwalk's running out, so he's just gonna get a cheeky attack. Yeah, I'm surprised the Beastmaster didn't have the Hawk on at all times. I mean, prevent that stuff from happening. Always keep tabs on the Blademaster there. Burn Chieftain very close to level 4, although it won't matter too much since it's only gonna be level 2 Endurance Aura. Slight movement speed, slight attack speed. The more important thing is that level 3 Shockwave, which should be able to 2-shot any Druids of Talent it passes, but that will heavily rely on mana burns from the Demon Hunter. Ankh Reincarnation gets picked up there from the Ogre Magi camp on the top right, so yeah, Lawliet will be able to keep at least one of his heroes from permanently dying. And here we go. It seems like A good attack attempt coming in from Lin here. His Raiders able to burn most of those moon wells there. They are fortified, so they will be able to take that bonus damage from their siege attacks. And surprisingly enough, a TV scroll was not purchased before this happened. Lawliet was forced to buy a TV scroll at the shop, and that pretty much meant like 1 or 2 moon wells extra being destroyed there. Cyclone's picking up a couple of units, and that will eventually lead to some kills there. Let's see. Demon Hunter very close to level 4 himself, as well as the Beastmaster. Cyclone is lasting quite a long time, but
forces are under attack.
Can't really do anything about that for the Raider. He will just be picked off there. So both players actually sitting on a lot of gold. Supply wise, it seems like Lin is still ahead. But I think he was ahead last time as well, and he kinda lost that fight. Let's see how this will turn out with Scourge Bone Chimes in the field, as well as a level 4 Tauren Chieftain. We'll see how this goes, as it seems like the skirmish is going to begin. Or not. A couple of mercenaries being hired up here. Ogre Mauler, Troll Berserker, as well as a Shadow Priest. And this might be the decisive battle. We shall see a couple of Cyclones being tossed over at those Raiders there. Blade Master able to pick a couple of kills himself. Invuln being popped, and that's going to prevent any Cyclones from actually happening. Tauren Chieftain not being allowed to Shockwave just yet, as he keeps being cycloned away. Lawliet should do a nice job splitting his Druids away from the AoE damage. Healing Scroll will be used by the Blade Master, however, and all I hear is Druids of Talons slowly dying, which is not ideal. Raiders are having a field day against these ensnared Druids of Talons, in fact, and this might actually be a game. I don't know. Blade Master is almost at level 5, which is a crucial point, because that will be level 3 Windwalk. There we go. Demon Hunter is being focus fired, but that is gonna be GG. Yeah, pretty clear-cut case there of Lawliet losing mainly due to the fact that he got behind on resources there. Almost 2,000 gold difference, which kind of means something. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in game 2. Take care.